So let's read into this. I asked for help to assemble these notes, so I'm going to be kind of learning as I go along with this. Um, Pay, and Andy Worski, who of course had the Kino Casino now. That's kind of it's very funny because it's like that's what they're famous for, but in my mental timeline, that's kind of like a recent thing. Um, Before Kino Casino, PPP was like the second fiddle alongside Godwinson in terms, and all they did. It's so hard to explain what PPP was before Kino Casino. Him and Godwinson were like a ragtag group of like Omega A-logs. They were like omnidirectional A-logs. They A-logged everybody equally and tried to cause as many problems for as many people as humanly possible. And they had this way of, I discussed this during the Coach Red Pill stream, but to kind of summarize, they had this philosophy called the Kino Dogma, or some people complain and said it's dog me, but whatever. I think it's dogma. The Kino Dogma 2007, which was that you always film yourself as a YouTuber would in 2007. So you have to use like a shitty webcam. You have to record yourself with just your phone or something. You can never use OBS. You can screen record by holding your camera up to your screen, but you can never use your computer directly. It's shit like that. And so it was like these very esoteric. They even called it esoteric. That was their word for it. They called them esoteric videos, where they just like shit on internet personalities and they uploaded it to like 8 million different YouTube channels. And then for whatever reason, sometime after I started doing my podcast, and I think sometime after Jim stopped doing regular streams, because there was a period of time where he was doing streams like every Sunday, I want to say. PPP decided to start up the Kino Casino with Andy Worski. It was after PPP had a breakup with Surfer and Godwinson, even, I want to say. And then PPP was on his own, so he hooked up with Andy Worski and they started doing Kino Casino together. But before then, PPP was a very long running character in the sector and also this extremely weird figure who didn't really fall into any category. But since he started doing Kino Casino, he has been basically a fixture, and he's normalized quite a bit in terms of how he broadcasts. He's very in line with what you would expect. Andy Worski is the opposite. Andy Worski has always done very normal podcast stuff in different forms, and he has had tremendous burnouts again and again for over a decade. And you'll continually hear his name because he's brought up a lot because he was present for really, really weird shit that happened that was like high profile internet drama shit for like the last decade. So he caught another, I say a second win, but it's not a second win, it's like an eighth win for him. He's been all over in terms of like ups and downs. Because he obviously he very publicly has had substance abuse issues, but he also kind of like stabilized with PPP on the Kino Casino. But he had a falling out with. I want to say that this whole thing comes from a pay pig called Masochist, who very famous. Masochist is really famous in terms of people who watch Kino Casino because he would get. He was like apparently like their biggest pay pig, and on their show. Whenever you give them a bunch of money, they like shout your name out. They say Masochist for $50. And he always gives $50 and they always say it the exact same fucking way. And they say, let's go. And they like scream and shit. So that was like a fixture of the stream for a very long time. And apparently, I think if you add it all up, it's like $24,000 that he's given them over all the streams they've done. It was like an incredible amount of money. But then they had a falling out. But they also, before they had a falling out, they had they met up in Vegas, and this is the point of contention is that when they went to Vegas, they did things, and the things that they did have a big question mark over them. But some people like to pursue that as a point of drama, so I'll just read the bullet points now that I've explained everything except what's right in front of me on the screen. Um, and before I even read it, one more thing. The same stream on Friday, I want to say, it was Tuesday, I think, even, where I was trying to get my stream started, and failed miserably. I somehow thought people were like, okay, I guess we're gonna watch Kino Casino today because Josh can't get his fucking stream to work. I thought I was having a bad day, and then Andy Worski's Twitter account got hijacked, and the guy that did it basically outed all this fucking internet drama and tried to derail their stream. So they had a little bit worse, I would even say. But one from Cringestorian X, he's been around for a while, but he re-registered at some point. Andy had a meltdown at the beginning of their vacation at 6 in the morning about Liana, who is his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend. Might be cheating on him. This is after a month in the relationship. This comes from Iron Wolf, I think. So I was wrong. It was not Metachromaticus who did the drama. It was Iron Wolf, who was another pay pig. Someone in chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know this. PPB has to sleep on 2 beds by himself. I mean, if you can, I would too. I haven't had a king-size bed in a long time. I would take a king-size bed. Andy cheated on Leanna with black hookers. That part's important. Andy and the Pay Pigs have some kind of ditty party with the black hookers. Iron said he didn't participate and sat in his own room. PPP also did not participate with the black hookers, but he did stay in the same room and watch the whole thing. A Pay Pig could not finish it with the hooker. I think that's supposed to be Metachromaticus. Or maybe not. Couldn't finish it with the hooker since he's a virgin. Iron said he was bored on the phone the whole time, so Andy had to come save the Pay Pig by pushing him from the back. What the fuck? I guess like manually motorizing the virgin to thrust. I mean, that's quite nice. That's a very helpful. It's like I don't believe that just because it doesn't make sense in my head. I'm trying to like, okay, you're having sex with a black hooker. I'm gonna assume a missionary because that's the easiest position, right? And then Andy Wars, he's gonna be like, "Hey, bud," and then get like right behind you. Let me help you out, and he grabs you by your hips and is like manually. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And he's like doing like Pilates or something with your hips. It doesn't. It's like that's too weird. No, nobody would allow that. Metachromaticus lost a $20 poker game and spent 3 hours sulking about it in his room. Ashton sold $300 worth of casino chips from Metachromaticus. I mean, that's just base. That's what it's there for. Annie brought up the sector-related discussion during the Vegas trip, while PPP brought up Surfer. Metachromaticus was uncomfortable hearing words like faggot, autistic, and neighbor. Iron says he's a liberal. Metachromaticus refused to give his ID while checking to the resort and told the receptionist that he and others just met from online under an alias name, but everybody actually knew each other by the real name. Andy brought up the time Jaden cried while on the call with him and PPP during the vacation. I don't know what the deal is with that. I know that Jaden, I think it's Jaden McNeil, is the ex-Groiper second in command. I want to say that he was Nick Fuentes' favorite boy from the Groipers, and he was like the treasurer for the America First group. But then he flipped on America First, and is the reason why Nick is known as a cum hunter. I cannot remember why he flipped. I can't remember what the actual impetus for that was, but he's been a fixture on the Kino Casino, I'm pretty sure. Andy paid $5,000 to work on some kind of water physic for his game that he never uses. A pay pig named Psycho Gunner, aka Beezer, lost his job, and Andy banned people who told him to cool it off with the donations. I can believe that. Andy banned 20 to 30 people from his PayPic server because they made fun of him after the Salt Poppy fight. I can kind of believe that. And Iron says Andy was crying while on the call with his PayPigs. I don't believe that because someone would have recorded it. Ashton has a secret girlfriend that's living with him. Andy told Iron she's built like a potato. Vaush, a GF type of body. Editor note, someone made to do an edit of that famous Vaush, but with Ashton's. I guess I can believe that. I don't think that Andy would shit talk his girlfriend, though. That doesn't sound right. Like, when I worked obviously when I worked at the Whataburger, I had a friend who had a long term girlfriend, and she was just the worst person ever. Like she was psychotically possessive. I would only meet him once every couple months, but when I did, she would throw a bitch fit, like full on fucking psycho meltdown, literally every single time I visited. Like would cry, cause a scene, beg for attention, try to pry us apart, like literally every time. It was the most like pathetic disgusting shit I've ever fucking seen in person. I just awful, just an awful person to be around. And even then, I don't think I would have shit talked her openly to like random fucking people. And again, I don't know. I don't know Andy. The black hookers is just weird though. Like if you're gonna hire hookers, I just don't believe that. Because it's like if you're gonna hire hookers, if you're at Vegas and you have a pay pig there giving you thousands of dollars to be there, why the fuck would you get black hookers if you're gonna fuck hookers? It just like breaks my suspension of disbelief. It's like saying that you're having like a Diddy party, and then you roll up with the whippets. Like if you're at a Diddy party, you're not gonna be doing whippets. You're not doing no fucking galaxy gas at the Diddy party. You're gonna be doing cocaine. You're gonna be having a nice high with a quality drug. Not gonna be doing fucking galaxy gas. That's my thought on that. He talked about getting hookers with Ankasal years ago. I can believe that. Some people opine that les base conservatards would have sex with black hookers to satisfy their weird interracial fascination. Maybe I'm just coping, chat. Maybe I don't want to believe it. Kyler, I don't know who the fuck that is, posted a leaked screenshot from June 2023. Medicare masochist with $24,000 on Worski and PPP's Vegas trip. Oh, just on the Vegas trip. So not even on the streams. That was just the number for the Vegas trip. All these allegations are of Wuski on booze occur 5 months before his present sobriety arc, but his drop is Kino. So this is the screenshot. Worski says, same brother, I'm feeling really sick right now. Captain Morgan says, I went over my bills. Final tally is about $23,630. Worski goes, dear God, bro, holy, buddy, I don't know how to thank you, man. Captain Morgan says, I just hope everyone had a great time. Worski says, unironically the best weekend of my life. You guys are incredible. Leanna, his girlfriend, I don't know if she is still his girlfriend, but Leanna F5's, and she fucked up because this is her verified account, says, the funniest part about this is Iron saying other people fucked the hookers when he was the one fucking the hookers. So she actually inadvertently confirmed before anyone knew anything, and this was just Iron saying whatever the fuck he wanted. She comes out and says, oh yeah, there were black hookers at the Vegas party. Okay, bro. Probably not the best thing to say when your boyfriend's being harassed by fucking internet weirdos over this shit, but you don't let me tell you how to live. Problem woman moment. Oh no. I mean, literally speaking, yes, it is a woman moment. You're right. Okay, so I think this is the guy trying to give pay some trouble. Okay, because Ricada Law obviously says, wait, PPP and Worski are completely dishonest morality hucksters? No kidding? No fat people allowed in my degeneracy. Ew. PPP says, give me a fucking break, pal. Your daughter, who is 9, tested positive for cocaine, Nick. It's not my fault you're stupider than Cokeski and actually got busted for coke. Imagine. That is funny. Andy Worski, notorious cokehead who got high on coke and pointed a gun at somebody. Never got charged with cocaine possession, but Ricada has. You know, Andy Worski has been called stupid, and sometimes when you listen to him talk, you have to wonder. But a guy famously once said, stupid is as stupid does, Nick Ricada. Maybe you ought to concern yourself with that plea on Tuesday, guilty, and then the body cam. Tom Mad Rhetoric says, wasn't your raucous Vegas party more than a year ago? You guys also don't have the same level of responsibility as a married lawyer with 5 homeschooled kids. Pepe says, I would add that our show's success this year has been based on sobriety, and that the reason for it is some of the setbacks we had in 2023 with booze and vice. We don't try to cope like Ricada, that there have never been problems in the past, but the show is winning for a reason. Kerman says, so the Vegas trip was so bad, you both decided to clean up your act. PvP says, I would genuinely say that the whole situation is pretty typical for a party in Las Vegas and not really that crazy. I would say it was a mix of a few degenerate times that year, seeing how much better and how much more money the show has made while we were. Well, money is a good incentivizer. Okay, so Metacrimaticus has then since thusly been disavowed because it was found out that he is a Coomer. I think the Aloigs found out that he has subscribed to a doujin called Otoko Noko, which I know the meaning of. It means daughter boy, or daughter son or something. And I know that because there's Otokonoko Pharmaceuticals that Queen Kafal has loudly and proudly advocated that his followers on Twitch go get bootleg estrogen from. So, big breast, anal, solo male, Shadakan, Futanari, Femdom, cross-dressing, multi-work series, Tom girl, sweating, twin tails, dick girl on male, soul dick girl, feminization. Meet Metacrimasochist. I guess that's him. Bro, hold up. Like, look, okay, I'm not usually the one, but his hair. What the fuck is up with your hair, bro? Why do you look like that? Why is your hair like that? Is it just... Did you literally just walk into a barber and say, just fuck my shit up? It's like, what the fuck else? How does that happen? Okay, whatever. I guess it's just hair, right? I already read that. Okay, so Metacrimaticus was a gooner. Ethan Ralph dunked on him. Metacrimaticus made his kill stream debut today. Ha 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 ha. Never give a dumbass like a Bortsky your phone number, because he will show it on air, Lamau. Did everything. They found out his Steam profile and they traced him down on the phone book from there. They found his porn accounts, funny accounts, scrolling down all this. Got weird shit to it. 25 male California looking for new male to watch me bang my girl and cry in the corner so I can use your tears as lube. Please, serious inquiries only. That's weird. See, this is bullshit, he says. Unrealistic dick standards for big people. As a 6'5", 240-pound person, my dick is actually measured okay, but looks small compared to my frame. I've been self-conscious all my life until I met my wife. Leave Doom Guy alone. He has a totally normal-looking penis. He's just huge. Penis size does not correlate to height or weight. Short midgets have huge penises sometimes too. That's so many anuses. So many. Once in a while you find a gem after fighting through giant anuses everywhere. I have nightmares of giant anuses because of Shadman. Ooh, Shadman. I'm imagining a little blue mouse walking through a door and slamming it shut. Shadman. Okay, let's read these. So Perspicacity is a former Kino Casino pay pig and like volunteer writer's room guy. And then he's shamefully, with nobody else to pay pig to, now pay pigs to Ethan fucking Ralph. And when Iron Wolf, or whatever his name is, published the hooker thing, he took his chance to strike. He's been sitting on these logs for years, waiting for the perfect moment to drive the knife into Pay and Andy Worski, ending them and faithfully serving his lord, Ethan Oliver Ralph, as the King Snake. So let's read these logs. There's only one log that I'm aware of that I've read before from this, so I don't know how funny these can be. PPP says, Ralph's felting us on the Sunrise Boys. Ralph got me and the boys not able to run OBS is more embarrassing than anything in Ralph's life. He was dabbing on me for OBS. Now he's talking about Jesse's dead brother. I wanted to cool your brother off in hell with my piss. Ralph is so based. We can't keep him down. This is obviously like a joke. It's kind of weird to publish this and be like, haha, I got you, because it's just like, who the fuck cares? 40 years ago. 3. Sorry, can't count. I really do consider just going full grift mode, DSP God mode, because I actually despise everyone online now, and I think they should be treated as the animals they are. Take the Daddy Jim pill, and all is well. That's based. There are people out there who are effectively livestock. They deserve to be eaten. I've come to this realization as well. None of you guys, though. You guys are real human beings. You have souls. You're not like mud monsters made of clay that don't exist. That don't really exist outside of your physical machination. But there are some people who are just animals. They don't want you to know this, but people have meat. You can eat them. You become a true grifter. True, boys, it's over. I can't wait to sell every fan who pay pygmies info to the feds. So I wouldn't say that even as a joke. That's a bit much. The tasteful PayPal docs button. There's so many options. Personally, I'm thinking Doomsday Cult where the world is ending in 2024. Then I run off to Mexico with the donation days before the prophecy is fulfilled. Who cares? Pay pigs are subhuman. Let them give Ralph millions. I want content. I want blood. Oh, I understand what he's doing. Like, these are 3-year-old logs, and Perspicacity is trying to be like, look, you guys, you gave him money, 3 years ago. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, like, back in the day, when he was esoteric PPP with Godwinson, and Jim was doing his thing, Jim was also extremely anti-super chat. He didn't collect super chats on any of his streams. He shit-talked Patreons. He shit-talked merchandise. I remember that there was, in particular, a guy he was ridiculing, and the guy's Redbubble had, like, all the default stock options for, like, Redbubble merchandise, and one of those was a clock. And he went on for like 20 minutes about how fucking humiliating it was that this guy was selling a clock with his logo in the middle of it where the hands are. And then, of course, he opens up a Patreon and he gets super chats. And then PPP, who was against super chats, started taking super chats. And the thing that you have to remember is that as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, it's like people can't do things unless they're financially compensated for it. It's not viable to spend your working time doing something for fun that brings value to people and then not collect money from it. And I think in the early days of the internet, it was like, if you make YouTube videos, it's not a job. Get a fucking job. You can make videos on the side. But it's like, there's a job. For a lot of people, they put in as much effort as like a job. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely not the same as Whataburger. That's for fucking sure. But if people want to pay for it, they do. Grifter Rams making all the money for Grifter PPP, the golden age. Gumroad up to 920 a month, boys. Soon the Tesla will be mine. PPP can't even fit into a Tesla. I'm sorry, but I can't imagine. Those things are fucking ridiculous. Then again, I don't know. Because it's like, I think they drive themselves, right? You don't need I don't think they have a steering wheel. I think that if you want a steering wheel in your Tesla, you got to plug in a PlayStation 5 controller. So theoretically, I guess if PPP wanted a car, a Tesla would be the best option because it's just a bucket seat with no wheel in front of you to put your gun onto. So you just plug in your PS5 controller and you're good to go. Imagine donating to Gator. Dear God, where the fuck are my donors at Godwinson? This stream is going to be my own personal hell. Fucking useless. Josh should beg on his knees for Percep to be the mod and pay him bigly. On the Kiwi Farms? Never. Never, ever. Perspicacity is terrible. It's like it's like the Lauren Southern Destiny Blacked conundrum, but with mods. How could you ever mod somebody that's modded for Ethan Ralph. That's just dirty. You don't want to do that. I did once upon a time extend in my utter grace and magnanimity to Gator. I told Gator back when when he was the last person to snake on Ethan Ralph, I told him, Gator, if you snake on Ethan Ralph, I will let you be the moderator of whatever board you want. I think I even offered I would set you up an anime board on the Kiwi Farms and let you moderate that. So you would always have a place to hang up your broom and call home. And he rejected my offer and went his own way. He migtowed or jigtowed because he was a Janny going his own way. That was the exception though. I would never make such an exception for perspicacity. He's not exceptional in any way, though he is an exceptional individual. Sorry, Gator. What the fuck is happening, Bose? The Catboy subforum. Do I just build Josh's website for him now? I think I can't remember what started. Oh, because Jaden left the Nick Fuentes group, so I did. I started up a thing because that was like a big deal, and I wanted to encourage more people to stop being Roipers because that's fucking gay. I see what he's doing, by the way. He probably went through that writer's room and searched Josh, and any mention of me he leaked, because then I would read this and I would be like, that pay. I hate that pay. I want to render him down for cooking grease. That pay. Perspicacity's 7 million chess. It's just a level of Machiavellian politicalization that nobody could ever possibly sit back and fully comprehend the depth of. Truly a king. My disappointment is immeasurable. I can't believe the A-Logs couldn't even win a poll. I want to string Josh up for a meat hook for this. I don't even know what this is a reference to. A Twitter poll? I guess Jesse and Surfer did a show together, but yeah, for sure. Jesse makes $120,000 a month. Jesse waited too long to do the Snake Tour. Leo Pirate has returned to debate Mormon Shaggy, I guess. This is like the loser bracket. This is like in Dota 2 when they're doing the international and they have like the winner upper bracket and the loser lower bracket. This is like the third wrong loser lower bracket where they have like the biggest retard slap fight each other. Okay, Perspicacity says, I say respond to interesting donos, ignore the rest. None of them are interesting. Just display them on stream. PPP says, pay pigs want interactivity. Perspicacity says, there are some that are topical. I mean, Rackets just responds to question he finds interesting and ignores most of them. Phil straight up tells the pay pigs what they are to say. That's funny. I like I had to sit and think, I mean, this is the thing, too. I had this exact conversation with you guys before I started taking super chats. I would sit down and I'd be like, how am I going to do this? Because the thing where you just interrupt the stream every time somebody donates is like extremely irritating. I don't like it when they do it either. They're very nice, by the way. I've complained to PPP about the super chat reading, and I've noticed that when I'm a guest on their stream, they don't do it. They don't interrupt the stream to read super chats. So they're aware that I don't like that, and they actually cater to me just a little bit by not reading the super chats midstream, which is quite nice, chat. I think that the compromise that I came up with was decent. I will very seldom read a super chat midstream, but I will read them at the end. So sometimes one just catches my eye. Like I rarely read chat aloud too. Like I look at it and I see people saying stuff, but I rarely pick one out. They've toned it back, yes. Well, people have complained is the thing, because it was very grating. And that's the great thing about their editor, by the way, is that their editor clips out most of the super chat reads. So their YouTube channel does a really good job. Like is like a perfect clip channel because it clips out all the stuff like that, and it makes it a much better format. But he's right. People do want interaction. Perspicacity. Sorry. I was talking about super chats, and then I read the message, and I read it like it's a super chat, and I didn't even realize I was doing it until I didn't see the dollar sign. I'm like, where's the fucking money at? Where's the fucking money at, Perspicacity? I'm like, oh wait, there is no money. This is just a message for my stream content. Perspicacity for 7-Eleven says, there are some things that are topical. I mean, Rackus just responds to questions he finds interesting. All right, I read this. I'm fucking retarded. Listen, Persp was scamming everyone. We are scamming everyone till the wheels fall off, and we've made every last shekel we can. Show quality doesn't even matter. That's also clearly a joke. It's kind of hard. Like, I can just imagine him saying this in voice, and it would just be like, that's obviously a joke. Andy wins all the chargebacks, boys. It's going to happen. We need to get beyond Phil's level so all of us can be rich. Fuck the paypakes. Fuck the guy with the dying dog the most. Imagine donating when your dog's dying. Oh, dude. I've gotten one of those now where it's like my cat's dying. It's like, it's sad, but it's like, I don't know. I don't want to show on people. It's like, that's why it's the worst one. Like, I want to complain about it because it's like a downer, but at the same time, I can't be like, why are you fucking telling me about your dead dog? I don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, just saying that just makes me sound like a deranged asshole. Like, someone's paying me money to commiserate their utter emotional grief and torment, and you're just like, ew, you're doing the thing. Terrible, chat. I'm just terrible. I do feel bad for everybody with dead animals, by the way. Just letting you know, I'm not an asshole. PvP says, Josh isn't part of jack shit. He'll LARP. He was the mastermind behind everything. I am the unmoved mover, PPP. I am the original mastermind. He gets off on the constant mention of the farms. He's just mad Ralph doesn't mention his penis anymore. One corn joke, guys. One corn joke. Ralph was a millionaire. Total success till I made the corn joke. I didn't do that as a concession to overwhelming pressure over NP2. It was a master troll. No, I would actually disagree with that. I did not. I mean, kind of, because it was like the full context of that was that we have to sacrifice Ralph to the corn, because it was kind of a thing where it was like, dude, like he's going ape shit on fucking everybody, and it's fucking annoying, and it's entirely because they want to get at Ralph, and it's like, well, maybe we should sacrifice Ralph. It's not that I give myself credit for that. It's like people do. It's funny. And like as if, by the way, PPP, as if you don't say things that you know are a little bit gilding the lily because it's the funnier story to tell. It's 100% funnier to say that Ethan Ruff's complete and total psychiatric break and life decline was due to a corn joke. That's the funniest possible story, and it kind of is true. Just saying, motherfucker. Quick building his own cozy now. I don't know what's a reference. Oh, CWC culture war criminal. Dude, you can't call that fucker culture war criminal and call him CWC. If you say CWC and you're referring to any fucking thing besides Christian Weston Chandler, you're not OG, you're not an old you're fucking a poser, okay? There's one CWC. There will only be one CWC. We're going to pass a law in the United States that your initials can never be CWC. And if you try to register a nickname that abbreviates to CWC, you'll be thrown in federal prison until you change it. It sounded like Ultras doxing Simon Blackbell, the Foundation, baseball game. This is about Jaden. I don't know enough about fucking... Andy's honestly asking me how to get an apartment. I believe that. Whatever was going on was clearly more than friendship. Like, what the fuck? You're 34. Believe that. How do I get a lease? What the fuck do you mean? How do you get a lease? That's funny. So what are you guys doing with memology? And he fucked it even though I told him to do it. I'm gonna lose it. It's not that big a deal. I guess he pissed off memology something. I wonder if in his mind he is the mastermind behind the show. Referring to Andy, I'm sure. Which honestly might be, this is Trelon saying, honestly, which may be the better option. If you do the networking, you'll keep guessing any future breakup. Literally, the only guest Andy has brought forward was Jesse, and he was a flop. Is that referring to Jesse from the podcast thing? Yeah, that would be a flop. That guy fucking sucks. That guy sucks on every single show he's ever been on. I don't know why people keep inviting him. The neighbor is so lazy he can't even move out of his parents without me guiding it. That's just sad. That blows me away. He's literally asking me to look at apartment ads. I mean, it is kind of a big pain in the ass to get an apartment. I can see why. If you think his parents would help him, though, why can't his parents help him move out? They should be happy. They'd be doing 40-hour work weeks trying to find this motherfucker an apartment because he's getting the fuck out of their house. Now, this is Sticks Exenhammer 666 in DMs with Pay. Stick says, "Hey, dude, does Kino Casino host debates? Me and Spencer, I'm assuming Richard Spencer, are set to argue over fortunes and the free and anonymous net. PPP says we can host a special event, but no. This must be Andy Worski's side. PPP thinks it sounds fun. Also, when are you both available?" And then Six says, "Shit, man, I'm sorry, but Ralph had already contacted Spencer at Lowell. I wanted to give you a shot because of the dumpster fire crap going on." He says, "All good one." That's fucking embarrassing. That Six was like, "I want to have a debate, like a serious debate." Oh, of course, Ethan Ralph, the drunk serial philanderer living in Mexico, the fucking pill popping retard. Six is one of those people who's just like such a fucking fag that it really like knocks you on your ass and makes you think, how the fuck does anyone listen to your dumb ass? How could anyone give a fuck about what you have to say? How would anyone give you fucking money to hear what you have to say? You dumb shit. Fucking moron. But yeah, we live in a society, chat. Pepe says, "I'm messaging Sticks. Fuck Andy so hard. I'm so done, boys. Andy is so incompetent." Oh, he's mad about losing Sticks to Ralph. I mean, that is fucking. I'd be pissed too. Okay, he must have been super fucking angry about this. Okay, now that I know the context that he lost the Sticks thing to Ralph, he's like super pissed. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He's worthless as shit. He lives. Perspicacity says he lives on Twitter. There's no way he didn't see the message. It's so bizarre. PPP on Worski says, even if he was making $100,000 a week, he couldn't be bothered to send a DM to set up a show. He couldn't be fucked to even find one clip for content. For $1 million, he should be shot. Perspicacity says, well, there's a transition plan. You're going to have to do a solo stream once a week or a show outside of Kiwi Farms. I don't know what KF means in this context. Like, in terms of internet drama? He blames living at his parents. It's just pathetic. I mean, honestly, I see a little bit of myself in this because I say really bombastic, over the top shit like someday when I'm pissed off. Though I try not to say it about my staff. Like, then again, my staff never pissed me off. I have really great staff. I almost never get really pissed at people. Moderators on the forum do a great job. And he says, or PPP says, I have to sit here and tell this that he makes the show. So he doesn't feel bad. The audience doesn't like me. I'm upset. Why don't you try to do something to make them like you? Trillon says, do people not understand why people hate him? Just read the thread. I'm referring to the forum, I guess. People make it pretty obvious. All he has to do is not read the thread and not read the comments. Just be a fucking man. Not everything can be the funniest thing ever. He knows right well the problems are. The worst is I'm going to get all the blame when this shit goes south. He's going to cry a river about my ego. This was before Andy got sober, so that's probably... If things have improved since then, that's probably a factor in it. Oh my god, there's so much of this. Well, they're talking about Worski being an addict here, and it's like... Yeah. Doesn't deserve the money that he gets. He has one job other than running OBS to be a Rolodex and book guest. Sticks is going to give us the first crack at his debates from now on, but we lost the Spencer debate. Fuck, I hate Andy. I think a lot of people in chat would agree with that. I'm so mad it's beyond me to tell the CEO of Odyssey to fuck off and now this. He didn't even message Andy Dick back for 9 hours. God damn it. He sure did. He asked Andy to agree to fight Ralph. It was a Jew scam. Honestly, he's probably on coke again. I'm officially seething. Dude, PvP has a lot of, like, he's in his right to be angry. Like, that's the show. Like, getting the Odyssey guy on, lining up a fight with Ralph, like that kind of shit. Andy Dick, like Andy Dick's like an actual celebrity. Getting him on your show is kind of your fucking job. But the dating of this means that it's it's Coke ski, so you can only apply so much of this to like the current Kino Casino. Polly Shore and Dr. Drew, did that ever happen? We're getting Polly Shore and Dr. Drew. The Wash celebs Casey has contacts too with his dark money. There's something really Jewish going on. I can't wait for my 9th booster. I want to die. I'm honestly, I might make this the cover for the stream. This is very funny out of context. Pictures of Vegas to confirm it, I guess. Is that Worski? Who the fuck is that? I don't know who the fuck that is. That's not Worski though. I honestly don't think PPP will be impacted by the leaks at all. Like, especially like if it happened before Andy Worski got clean, and all the logs about PPP being pissed with Andy are when he wasn't clean, then like I don't know, they're just gonna shrug it off. What are they gonna do? Cry about it? Are his fans gonna like stop talking, like stop supporting him because they fought in 2022 and Andy Worski so allegedly by account of a retard and a guy who's addicted to like Otoko Noko hentai, they said things about him? Like, probably not. I usually have a pretty good judgment of if something's going to negatively impact somebody. And it's like with the Destiny leaks, like they were physically nauseating to read for me. But I know reading them that it's not going to bother even a single. I wouldn't be surprised if not a single Destiny fan who actively gave Destiny money every single month looked at those logs in full and not a single one of them decided, oh, this isn't my guy anymore. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there's probably people who read the logs that supported Destiny but didn't give him money who thought they're going really hard after this guy who's doing his best to support NAFO and Israel. And I think he needs it's time for me to step up and help him because I bet other people are going to stop supporting him and that's just not right. But I think this is probably even a net win for Destiny because it's not a net win for PPP and Annie. I'm sure that they don't like that stuff being out, but I don't think it'll negatively impact their bottom line at all. And if they think that it will, they just need to change their fucking mentality and ignore it, which I'm sure is the plan. They wanted to ignore it for a while, but I think PPP put out a statement where he basically acknowledged it and then, downplayed it, which is probably even too much attention to give to it because honestly, who gives a fuck? But